Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yozril. This is Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, now with its first two DLCs, Void Shadows and Lex Imperialis. So I have a stabby cultist with a penchant for blood, and of course the goodest of boys. Oh, and his handler, of course. But mostly we all know it's going to be about the dog, don't we? Along with a barrage of new classes and many, many other things. So, what better time to start a second playthrough? Let's get to it. So, main story, Void Shadows Lux Imperialis on. We'll set the difficulty to... Okay. Let's just stick with no. Actually, daring, minimum damage dealt to enemies. Yeah, yeah, let's just go with normal. Alright, custom character, of course. So, portrait. Yeah. Well, he looks suitably dashing, doesn't he? Yoink. So, I think last time what did I go with? Forge World and Officer, so go with something different this time. Let's see, Voidborn. Yeah, why not? Plus willpower and intelligence, important for a rogue trader. And fortune, reroll any failed test with a 20% chance of success. Okay, run with that. And oh yes, we have the new origin here, an arbitrator. So, the Adeptus Arbiters are the implacable and unbridled keepers of the Lex Imperialis, merciless and terrified. He is the Lex. Although actually that would be considered abstractionism and heresy most vile. He is the representative of the Lex. The Emperor's will is, of course, the Lex. Oh dear, we're not even 3 minutes in and I've already committed heresy. How unfortunate. Alright, so what do you get? Talents. Pillar of the Law. Willpower bonus. Prepare prosecution can deploy to a cell adjacent to an enemy. Public sentencing. Whenever an enemy adjacent to the arbitrator fails a willpower test, they get an attack of opportunity from the arbitrator. Okay, so it looks like we're emphasizing shields, willpower, shotguns, and close combat. Once per turn, the arbitrator can throw a grenade that does not deal damage on impact. It actually costs 0 AP and does not, but then it explodes, presumably. Mob Justice, allies in a 3-cell radius gain coercion over 20%, well, 5 plus coercion over 20% more damage. Does not stack. Blinding purpose, as long as 90% health or higher, you are immune to blinding, disturbing, fatigue, perplex, slowing, or stack. Okay. And with the one-handed shock baton or power maul equipped, 10% parry and reduces enemies. Okay, so yeah, they want you to take the traditional arbitrator weapons fit of shotgun, power maul, and shield. And if you're wondering how he can wield a two-handed shotgun in one hand, the answer is he braces it up against the riot shield. Yank. Okay, so vigilant, castigator, or subductor. So vigilance. For every target there is a bullet. Yeah, so +5 coercion, grisly education, shotgun armor penetration, percentage additional, and inflicts maximum damage levels of bleeding on top. So really boosts shotguns. 2 single shots against a target. Castigators basically let you buff your allies, plus fellowship and willpower, plus coercion. Okay. Well, that's an order. All enemies Oh wow, so that's the equivalent of Cassia's lure ability. Oh, that could be handy. And in the name of the Lex, 1 round immune to prone, stunned, immobilized, and can't attack. And anyone else must pass a willpower test with a coercion over 10 penalty or be immobilized. And subductors. Right, riot shield, so weapon skill and toughness, again coercion, law imperium, assault onslaught, so free charge with a shield, ruthless suppression, basically get stuck in. Let's go with the vigilant, because that sounds like it will absolutely ramp up the shotgun effect. Reduce dodge, parry and block of targets for 1 round. Oh, that's going to open everyone up for a nice little visit from Sister Argentus Heavy Bolter, isn't it? That will be fun. Alright, what was my triumph? Preserved a copy of the regional law as opposed to the imperial law, and used the appendices therein to screw somebody on their taxes. Obviously that's not actually what happened, but the Administratum didn't care. The tithe was good that year. Right, your words alone persuaded a group of rebels to join the arbitrator's side. No punitive measure needed. Extra persuasion skill. And despite having run out of ammo, held a critical area. Okay, let's go with Illustrious Glory. +5 persuasion. Right. Okay, a brand of shame. Defrauded by a group of clerks, but were never able to prove that you were not the one responsible for the discrepancy, which of course, well, this is the Imperium. Failure to prove innocence is evidence of guilt, is it not? Managed to survive, but never fully recovered, or escorted a tithe of psychers aboard a black ship, and soul... Yes, bad run-in with the warp. We'll go with that one. I can only choose one of the first tier operatives at the moment. So, shotgun and close quarters. Could run and gun slaughter, firearm master use. Blade dancer is the new archetype as well, but I'm not sure that actually locks in well with the arbitrator origin. Death from above. Yeah, I think we'll go with soldier and then run out to the new overseer archetype. Yoink. Okay, so points to spend. We'll take ballistic skill up to 40. Oh, that's nice. They actually do you in increments of 5 now. Toughness can come up to 40, that matters. Shove. Fellowship up to 40 as well, and take willpower up to 40 because, let's be candid here, actually... Origin Advancement Voidborn's taking me down to 25 strength. I may just blow some skill points later on advancing that. But we're reasonably solid for the moment. Yoink. And of course, the sword class frigate, the Patient Fortune. Yes, why not? That'll do. Apply. And next. Right. I mean, why am I even doing this? It's obvious what I need to call myself. Yoink! What else, really? What else? Right. Let us begin! Ah, the Cathedral of the Emperor. Witness the handing over of, well, I presume it's actually the warrant, rather than a copy of the Lex. In fact, it will be the warrant, won't it? such as the rampant ego of the average rogue trader. Not that I'm suggesting the Lady Theodora would ever have let her ego get in the way of her devotion to the God Emperor of Man.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Indeed. Or possibly the Von Valanciuses trying to big themselves up with a little reflected glory. Yes, frankly, such excess can be tiring at times.
I believe there are those among us who share that sentiment. But such is our duty, is it not? To overcome base weaknesses and desires, so as to excel in our service to the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
Yes, maybe, perhaps, but be careful that it does not fall into self-regard and self-idolatry.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valancius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Indeed. Well, apparently I am Marshal Yusril von Adelgard. Really? Okay, well, Marshal is fairly high up the arbitrator line. Trying to think. In fact, I think that would make me a precinct commander or similar. So, yeah, mid to senior officer at the planetary level, but there are still some echelons above me in the arbitrators.
My regards, Marshal. The Adeptus Arbites are famous for their unbending will and keen instinct for uncovering hidden webs of conspiracy and scheming. This is admittedly a priceless skill for someone destined for a path as special as yours.
Now, obviously I know what's coming, but at this point you should really be thinking how fast you can get him into an interrogation cell, because he's clearly got something going on the side.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Yes. So, let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora.
Thank you.
I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
What voyage through the war isn't arduous?
The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valancius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Quite so. So, by the right of blood.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
So I have a stub gun. Well, I suppose I can't really be wandering around with a full power shotgun and shield loadout just yet. Praise be to the machine god indeed. And you? Greetings. Well, at least everyone's being polite. Yank.
One of the Von Valancius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Indeed. Where'd she get the tank? And the twin-link las cannons? Possibly the twin-link las cannons had something to do with how she got the tank. And oh joy, the servitors have gone crazy. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Well, don't just stand there, shoot it. Thank you, well done.
Annihilate them!
Okay, yank, yank. So, what do we got? Shoot and don't let it get close. That's actually kind of sound advice. Considering that that is a very large hydraulic claw that will... Yeah, just in case you hadn't got the point from Conrad's advice. Okay, right, run and gun. The next attack costs 1 AP less. Till the end of the next turn. Soldier becomes winded, suffers minus 10 penalty to ballistic, and cannot run and gun. Okay, so shoot first, then run, then shoot again. Right, so line it up. Okay, I need a better gun. Go for run and gun. Back up a little. Actually, better not have Conrad in my line of fire. And then take another shot. Bonk. Not that the game is, you know, sticking a finger on the scales here. Thud. Alright. Back up a little.
My tactics are flawless.
Yes.
Not a problem for me.
Oops. My aim apparently is not. More time is required on the firing range. Right, let's again go for a clear shot. So 6 MP and take a shot.
Already done. There's nowhere to hide.
And then pull run and gun. Okay, can I get a better angle? Yep.
I don't have time for this.
Yes, but you do have time to shoot it.
Nothing I can't.
There we go. Malfunctioning servitor down. On a day like this,
What
yes.
Suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here.
Yes, and who would know about that,
all
Conrad?
passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Of course, it also seals everyone on these decks in here. Ah, the reinforcements. Nice of you to show up.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Thank you. Let's face it, if I manage to get lost between there and here, I probably shouldn't be a rogue trader. Right, loot.
Follow my lead.
Why isn't there? So it says smouldering, a short circuit of the motive force caused the malfunction. Huh. That's the first to breach the capital walls in the pacification of Vortes Con. And ooh, what's that? Black shard resembling obsidian. Totally not Noctilith. Handcrafted object, random curiosities.
Victory awaits.
Indeed. So personnel solid. Various other goodies. Right, what else have we got? Hard at work, bearing saying for avoiding even looking at you. Yes. Let the citizenry cower from the enforcers of the Lex, for they know its purpose should they stray. Right. Anybody else?
It's about time.
Thank you.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Go on.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Well, let's let Edelthrad dig himself deeper. What's going on in the room? Right, about 30 years old, although this is the Imperium, he could easily be 60 or 100. Tightly bundled, massive sinew, implants and bone, some sign of illness or defect that's taken over his form. Theodora von Valancius, however, looks like she's a statue. In other words, she can afford a better surgeon. Two more men. One is a grey-haired officer of impeccable bearing. Adelard! We meet for the second time.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
Okay, what was the question?
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Take the arbitrator route. When wealth is involved, someone is trying to appropriate it. A criminal syndicate is using a smokescreen of mysticism to steal the extractors, drop an assault squad and pass judgment on the thieves. Absolutely.
You have been hunting lawbreakers for so long, you see them everywhere now.
Uh-huh.
Your expectation of finding a single specific threat on Ion 6 may leave you powerless in the face of other enemies who may not even be human.
She has a valid point.
I will not even deign to comment on this suggestion, if you can call it that.
Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds?
Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely...
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
Ouch. That's a little bit unfair, but he's being told to shove off.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
The fact that she was grilling him about what to do on Ion 6 had, of course, nothing to do with it.
So, why are you here?
Right. There are questions that I wish to have answered.
You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first.
Let me guess, you're in charge.
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of? Yes, there are other heirs.
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Ethelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Yeah, a few years or decades of running the middle decks will toughen him up a bit.
Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Kunrad's related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
So he slipped up somehow. Whoopsie. Well, I am ready to take on this sacred purpose.
Oh, yes. You would be, wouldn't you?
Of course.
The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, the whole point of this exercise is to get rid of those doubts, isn't it? May I ask my questions, then?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Right, what are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Right, might as well tell her about the Berserk servitors then.
Is that so? Perhaps the Technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Ha 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 ha, yes, possessed ship. Yes, total nonsense.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Not that there's anything else nasty going on in those unused compartments? Nah, not at all.
In that case, I shall head to
Uh-huh.
Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Lucky us. Oh, hey! It's the cultists. I thought these decks had been sealed off and isolated, Conrad.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
Let the blood!
Absolutely. Right, let's get to it.
Look out!
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
I took care of this one.
Abelard, fetch me their...
Weapon at the ready. To the heretics!
There might be something left for me to kill by the time they're done.
Chaos guides me.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Might. Okay, what are my options? Can't realistically take a shot there, but could execute a run and gun and try and drop this flank. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. So move up, take the shot.
All too easy. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Indeed. Right. Run and gun again. Take the shot first, I think.
Suits my purpose. You didn't stand a
Yoink.
chance.
And nope, I forfeited the movement when I took that second shot. Okay, need to remember that. Taking an attack drains your movement abilities.
serve the ruinous powers.
Oh, the idiots are trying to go for Abelard.
Emperor, protect me.
That can't possibly end badly for them.
One fewer target.
Right, positive effect from the ally. In this case, I have got kill them all. 50 ballistic skill until the end of combat. That'll be why I'm landing shots left, right, and centre, wouldn't it? Right, take the shot. 70%. Do it.
Bloody done.
Oh. Well, that could have gone better.
Death to non-believers.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Don't touch me. For the Imperium!
Well, they're all dead.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Maybe let one horse survive. It'll be useful to have someone for interrogation.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
Thank you. Right, what are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Yes, ma'am. Right. That sounded angry. The Master-at-Arms is not looking good, oh dear.
Must act.
Heretic's body is by a single
I
shotgun.
won't tolerate
Well,
weakness.
I think he's dead. Hello, Mort. Having fun?
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Hooray for me, yes.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad?
The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Uh-huh.
Mort, pull yourself together.
Yes, there's nothing suspicious about this lot showing up on a deck that Conrad had supposedly personally locked down. Of course not.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Yes, perhaps it is. Right, we must provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks, stop this wave from spreading, and then get the rest of the ship under control.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Oh dear.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
She's not wrong.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-militant. And taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
You want an extra bit of meat between you and any potential warp gibberish that may happen.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I hear and obey.
Then move out! Mort, come.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
Right, I shall make do. Lead the way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Of course it isn't, because here it comes. All right, I'm awake. No need to kick things.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Wait for you, two-faced scum! You are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Huh?
We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade.
Yes, the I can do what I like license.
On my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
No, it really isn't. What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of grot shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Okay, so yep, that's full-on apostasy. How many death sentences do you think he got in one paragraph?
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
How about no? Or maybe yes. Get out, I am not your puppet. Right, examine the device. Carefully examine the gates. It is an Archaeotech relic. In other words, it's old, it's powerful. And it's got a server plugged into it. Right. Okay. Place your hand in the maw. Yoink. Well, hopefully it's got the blood set up.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Yes, I do require assistance. Ooh, okay, so whatever's hitched a ride can't actually do me any harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Probably shouldn't have let me have access to the automatic defenses. Very poor decision, Conrad. Oh, and heavy flamers as well.
There is still another way.
Oh. Nice you to open the door for me. Okay, what have we got? North gates match the importance. Metal doors are made of heavy metal, look impregnable. And here we are, the Warrant of Trade. The I can do whatever I like, within reason. License.
child of the house to safety.
Right. I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Okay, and who are you?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Right, need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
So the comms are futzed, you don't know where the nearest guns are, and, well, just get me out of here.
Upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
In other words, get out of here before the door gets shut. Horrific. Yoink. Move. Seal the warrant chamber. Okay. The warrant is secured. Oh. That wasn't good. Right. Hi, guys.
Run, fools, or fall.
Oh, hello, Abelard. No. No, he won't. But he is Abelard.
Master, whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Voigtvir's a traitor.
What?
Right, he intended to take revenge on Theodora and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
So noted. After all, if we abandon etiquette, what are we? Voigtvir openly admit that he is the mastermind.
Saint's blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
Nope, we need to get to her ladyship.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Thank you. Okay, so inventory. Flat chest plate. And a medical kit.
Not my specialty.
Right, I do not actually have the Medicaid skill yet. That's highly unfortunate. Yeah. First thing I'm getting once I level up. The Medicaid skill.
I'm always ready.
Alright, actually, Abelard, do you have
What advice
Medicaid?
do you seek?
Inventory. Abelard. Yes, you do. Excellent. Right, so chuck that in. And then use it on
This
me.
wound will make a fight. That is a noticeable improvement.
Good.
Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Thank you.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
So, we secure the bridge, we secure the Lady Theodora, we secure the engineering, and we work from there.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
The Imperium, lead the way.
Come. The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
So she can talk to us, but we can't talk to anyone else. That's somewhat tactically inconvenient, but hey. Oh, hey, more cultists.
Don't you dare to cross us.
Your Emperor won't save you.
Alright, Abelard gets stuck in with that lot. I will get stuck in with this lot. Starts the battle. Right, and let's see. Yeah, we'll have him move there.
Tried and tested tactics are the best.
Thank you. Right. Cleave. Did not work the way I thought it was going to. Fine. So it's in a straight line. Right, you.
Indeed. Reduced to dust.
Smack. Alright.
It will be done.
Brace for impact.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Charge. You'll do.
I took care of this one.
Splat. Okay, that's his turn done. Oh, nice of them to line up. Well parried, Abelard.
Death to the weak.
Okay, right. Single shot. Yank.
Nothing I can. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Quite.
Suits my purposes.
Run and gun. Get some separation. And rapid fire. 40% or actually multiple shots. 31%.
Not a problem for me. Nothing of value has been lost.
Indeed. They were clearly heretics and traitors, and now they are out of options. Abelard's armor can do what he can. Get a swipe in.
At your beck and call.
Parried? Really?
Pain
Well.
and duty go hand in hand.
Looks like I get to start firing into melee. Lucky me. Alright, safe shots, I think.
Suits my purposes.
Because if I had missed multi-fire, I would have hit Abelard. Or at least I had a chance of hitting Abelard, which is about the same thing. Right, cleave again.
One fewer target.
2 fewer targets, Abelard. 2 fewer targets.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
In the back.
Nothing I didn't stand a chance.
Dealt with. Alright.
Your Seneschal is always there for you.
And he's automatically patched himself up. Excellent. Right. Loot. Las pistols, sword. Collect the lot I'm going to have. Let's see. Abelard can have the las pistol. I'd better have a sword as a backup weapon. And the rest can wait. Oh, and I can level up as well, so... Yoink. How do you level up in this? Here we are. Yoink. Archetype details, so... 1 extra skill. Awareness, demo, Medicae. And Abelard. Skill Athletics, Carouse. They recommend Carouse. Medicae might be a good idea, so might demo. Really, they're all useful at this point. But we'll yeah, let's boost his Carouse skill. Just to give us a few extra options. Everything is looted. Right.
A new challenge.
Onwards then. So, to the Navigator's Sanctum. The ship must be purged. Preferably before it falls apart. Oh, hello, Adira.
I hear it here on the threshold of the blinded guide.
The Navigator.
Comes from the heavens.
Possibly the Astropath.
Watch your head.
Or possibly the roof.
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius.
Ha!
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Well, that's about as plain as you ever get from the warp, isn't it? Oh, and okay, so whatever's hitched a lift really doesn't want to be around Adira. Interesting.
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Hi.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
There's a point there, but we do need to secure the Navigator first.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the Navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the Engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog. and the silence that followed.
Great, so the Engine Seer is dead.
What? You don't mean the Engine Seer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
She's got the point.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him.
Oh.
Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Well, as long as we can get out of the warp, that's the main thing.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a Navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Hooray! Right. Tag everybody. Loot. No. Right, pop the door. Well, we're still trying to take down the Navigator. It works for me.
None shall stand in my way.
Hi guys, we're here to
We shall
hurt
prevail.
you. Right, can I get an opening shot in? Maybe. In fact, I can, but just to be safe...
Did you want something?
We'll bring Adira up on the side.
We must act.
And then drill the Psyker.
Yes, we'll find you soon enough.
Let the blood flow.
Okay, so... Cover. Abelard's got initiative, so we'll put him in position to charge down the Psyker. Adira can take hard cover on the other side. And start.
Here we go. Just a minor setback.
Whoops.
Out of my way.
Apparently I misread the initiative line.
My ears are ringing.
Yoink. Well, they're nicely set up for a parry, aren't they? Alright. Operative within line of sight. Okay, we'll tag. Tag the Psyker. So, mark that. Right, one creature within a 12-cell radius. Might possibly break the void. Could also buff Abelard. Where's the warp meter at? Veil is at 15 out of 20. Okay. We'll risk it. Buff Abelard.
On it.
Forewarning in play. And... Right, yeah, pushing the Veil a little here, but it will help. Your head. Actually, no, he'll survive that. Your head. It no longer exists.
Was that you, Well?
There we go. Okay, I am up. Can I get a shot on the Psyker? No. But I can flank and eliminate the sharpshooters. So. We've separated there. Okay. Rapid fire, 52%. Single shot, 28%. Okay, we'll go with rapid fire, take down the sharpshooter.
Already done. Standing me was your biggest mistake.
Dealt with. And Run and gun. Get close again. And rapid fire. Drop him. Fine. He's crippled. Abelard, remove both of these idiots from existence, please.
I took care of this one.
Thank you. And then charge the Psyker. Oh wait, no, you can't get into range of him. Blast. Fine, charge anyway. Can you take a shot? No, but you can bolster us both.
Let's make it quick.
That's fine. Alright, Dira's got
There is movement in the Empyrean.
relatively little to add here, but she does have her lance pistol.
An unfortunate turn of fate.
Okay, so the Navigator. Well, he's not dead, but that's probably not going to last for long.
I believe Master Vespider still lives.
Just.
Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Hooray. Adira, what's wrong with him?
Wounded. Exhausted. Fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Or more likely all three.
Your time is short.
Right, our time is short to do what?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Oh, great. Well, so much for resisting the lure of the warp.
It came from beyond. His body is not his.
I guess that, thank you.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Yeah, that's not ominous at all, is it?
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Right. How do I help you?
Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run.
Well, he's being fairly clear about his instructions, so naturally I'm going to stand around and talk. Who torments you?
The Urge. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, the shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
Okay. Well, we're leaving.
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the Servo Skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidas. Good luck. And thank you.
Oh. Right. We run. Oh yeah, we also loot the place dry. Ooh, axe and dubious auto guns. Well, loot's loot and gear's gear at this point. I'll take whatever I can get. Axe, so light damage, inflicts bleeding, but less skill options. I think the sword's probably a better choice for me there. Idira, let's pull Las Pistol's back. Okay, so we'll pull Las Pistol, give Idira the autoguns her range back up, and then I'll take Las Pistol and sword as my plan B. Abelard, you have a spare med kit. Let's see if I can equip that now. Hooray, I now have Medicaid skill. Yay. Alright, let's
lay claim to the stars.
Let's shift it. Oh, is there loot to be had there, or... Yes, there is. Oh, another Psychic Staff. Yeah, it looks like it's the same sort of deer as got, but it's still loot. And at this stage of the game, I'll take whatever I can get. So, high speed and run. So, to the officer's deck. Yes, of course, the lift car is a cathedral. You know, you should probably take cover. Never mind.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
Really? Someone spoke too soon.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot this man.
Good advice. Should have used it.
Nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Oh. Hi, please don't shoot me.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you? The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the Dark Forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
And don't even think to insinuate that I am one of the traitors.
That answer does you credit. Only the truly righteous would be so provoked by the accusation of heresy.
Why, thank you. Of course, a clever traitor would pretend to be so provoked by the accusation of heresy, so this is why she is a sister and not, say, an inquisitor.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
And yeah, what is a warrior of the Serratos doing aboard a rogue trader's ship? You work for the church.
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Like, not in the middle of a war zone.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
It will indeed. We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Just don't let the convoys find out about it, or you'll be the next servitor.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Alright, the crew need more powerful weapons. Maybe we can find something on the deck. Let's see, we have a well-maintained las gun. Okay, that's an improvement. And cargo. So, well-maintained las replaces my standard las, and... by right of blood, door domestic stuff must be a way to open it. But I actually want Idira's inventory, so we'll dump the scrappy auto gun and give her the standard las gun instead. And Argenta is Swinger Bolter and an auto pistol and spare med kits. Good. Right. Door. Okay, looks like we've got more cultists. Lucky us.
I'm restless.
Okay, Argenta, if you wouldn't mind just opening the bidding.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Close ranks!
Right. Abelard, get in their faces. Lister, cover up. Kick over a chair and join them, and Idira on the left side if you don't mind. Starts the battle. Okay, grants meant to be 6, plus additional was hit by her in this turn. She hits the demon occultist momentum doubles. Fine, in that case we'll riddle these two idiots. That will do. Momentum up. Right, and then run and gun. Which gives me, option to frag this lot.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Could have gone better, but they're nicely softened up.
Chaos guides me.
Yes.
My faith shields me.
Chaos guides me.
Right, Abelard, get that one off the sister if you please.
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
Thank you. Right, let's see. This leaves him in the open, so brace for impact. And then las pistol. Let's see, 24%, 24%, 25%. We'll drop this one.
I took care of this one.
Thank you. Well done, Abelard. Right, Idira. Pop some skulls if you don't mind.
But of course. Be gone.
Yoink. Oh, and here comes the next wave. Well, they're going to run right into a massive chunk of incoming, so I will just... Yeah, Idira can stay where she is for the moment. Let's get an exploits out, though. Assailant, you'll do. Won't convert the exposers across.
I serve the ruinous power.
And here come the rest of them. You're meant to be shooting at Abelard. He's the one standing out in the open. Well, thankfully, their enthusiasm is outmatched by their ballistic skill. Speaking of... Yes, hose the room.
Not a problem for me.
Right.
Suits my
Run and gun.
purposes.
Okay, precision shot, or can we just AoE down? Yeah, just rapid fire hose the room.
Nothing I can't. Nothing of value has been lost.
Apparently, the tithe is uppermost in my character's calculations. Right.
Death to the weak.
Ow. That stung. Right, Argenta. Precision fire, 42%, 42%. Or send 4 rounds down range at 37%. Yeah, that'll do.
I'll do it.
Warhammer 40,000. When in doubt, hose the room.
Out of my way!
Ah, that's very obliging of you to stop there precisely, sir. Can I get a charge through to this idiot? Yes, so cancel that. Go for Lance Pistol Burst. Okay, never mind. Put him down. I said put him down, Abelard, not tickle him. Idera, precision shot, if you please. Actually... yeah, we can corridor that and maybe bag 2.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Okay, 1 dead, 1 crippled, and 1 mildly discombobulated. Yoink. Right. Switch weapons, let's go have us some fun and get close. Anybody I can shoot at? Worth a shot, I suppose.
Suits my purposes. You could do worse, but not by much.
Sorry. 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 Sorry.
Chaos guides me.
Right.
Guided by faith.
Okay, Argenta moves up, gets them both nicely lined. And you, well, she's only got 3 rounds, so, well, hose the room anyway. That could have gone better. Alright, leave her where she is for the moment. Abelard, move up
sound approach.
and remove these idiots from my presence. Thank you. And then charge this one.
Back and call.
One fewer target.
Alright, we are clear. Aside from the bit where I accidentally shot Abelard in the back, that went reasonably well. Right, and we have another slew of dubiously useful weapons. Right, good to see you, everybody. Deccan forces are on station. Wasn't for the Holy Sister and us who survived. Yeah, probably not. Let's see what we've got. Seating area completely destroyed.
Follow my lead.
Loot the place dry and let's see what we have. Yoink. Ooh, some of that looked suspiciously Xeno. Okay, concentrator of sight is no longer being powered by the motive force. Curious. Does that mean we can get a cable from somewhere? Maybe, but we have a tech use test on that door to get it open. Anything else of interest? Exact replica of the Von Valancius void ship. Well, that's nice. Even in the far future, they are still making model ships. A multi-key. Okay, those may help. Right, possessed demon engine heart, golden Tokay. I'm not going to suggest that the Lady Theodora may have been playing fast and loose with the Imperium, but she may have been playing fast and loose with the Imperium. Right, machine spirit stuff, set of icons. Okay, so I can easily open the door. I want to go have a look up here first, see if we can pop this. May save some trouble.
It won't open.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste a melter charge, but I can just grab a tech priest and help out.
A new challenge for me.
Right. Yoink. Okay, machine mindset or logic.
I rise to the occasion.
Indeed. I may even be double classing as a tech priest, or maybe that was just set up as a very easy test. Alright, so we have melt charges and an operator's gloves. Okay, anything else? I'd like a shotgun if nobody minds. Okay, more cargo loot. It'll come in handy later on for trade purposes.
None shall stand in my way.
What's in here? Tech use, go.
I did fine.
Indeed. Right, restore the power supply.
Done.
And we didn't even have to blow up the door. Right.
Excellence matters.
Bonus loot. Tech use, thank you.
I rise to the occasion.
What do we got? Oh, excellent. A proper shotgun and more multi-keys. Well, I want that shotgun because an arbitrator really isn't properly equipped without one. Abelard, you're going close, so Idira can have the well-maintained lasgun, and Abelard gets the backup plan. Now, who's got the highest tech use skill? Abelard's got 30, Idira's got 30, Argenta's got 30, I've got 35. Fine, so looks like I get the gauntlets. Lucky me. Anything else of interest? Medkits and more melt charges. Let's just spread these around. Idira, can you? Nope, you need the Medkay skill at some point. Argenta, you're already carrying. Fine, so I'll take a second then. And actually, yeah, Abelard can have the second. He's the one likely to get punched up. Right, also chainsword 7 to 9, 10% penetration, 5. Okay, fine. Definitely preferring swords over axes.
Weakness.
Right, can we power the doors? Blow up the door. Nope, we are barricaded, and here was me hoping we'd be able to do this without inflicting more damage on the void ship. Oh well, melt charge.
The Emperor favors me today.
And we have a hole. Let's go. Right, good news. We're back on the processional. Now we need to get to... Well, first thing I think we need to do is level up. Right, so improvements. Revel in Slaughter immediately removes the winded effect. So use that after using run and gun. Becomes available after you kill 3 enemies. Right. Abelard. Okay, so endurance, 10 temporary wounds and 2 deflection. Idira. Okay, expose weakness. Removes all exploits and then yanks their dodge, parry and armor down by a significant amount until the start of the next turn. Right. And the sister, Revel in Slaughter as well. Nice and straightforward. Where do I need to be? Well, I can't go that way.
Victory awaits.
This looks pretty blocked as well, but loot. The Catechism of St. Drusus. Excellent. Pop this.
Done.
Ah, extra helmet. Thank you. Abelard, I believe it is your noggin that is most likely to get shot at in this business, so you are up. We'll have to look for another way to get to Edelthrad. Well, if we can't go that way, that just leaves this way. Yoink!
To the stars.
Onwards! Oh. Okay. Right. And Theodora von Valancius walks out of the fire.
I lost my heir.
You're not Theodora.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
Yes, but she did just do something completely impossible, and the voice is wrong. So I think the sister is right on the money here.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality.
Actually, no.
I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Yeah, that's not Theodora. And the entity is begging me to accept. Well, the entity can go take a run and jump.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Elo. What are we waiting for?
The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. And it turns out the entity did not like that. And the illusion breaks. Oops. Right. Ashobodi temples, the new strength spreads throughout your veins, and we see the Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. Also, the repulsive presence has been burned away. Praise the God Emperor.
Master, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive. Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Abelard, welcome to being permanently surprised.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
Yes. Did you see that? The Aquila, it was glowing.
You're delirious. Whatever it is you think you are seeing.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
That wasn't Theodora.
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious? What? We'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord's Captain standing there in the fire? Abelard, you tell her.
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, or holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remained. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
Oh, yeah. Has anyone got the medical kit handy?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Indeed, and no element holds power over the righteous.
Did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake.
Yep, you did that. I loathe being late for an engagement.
Nothing good ever comes of such rashness. Yet it appears that the Emperor favors you. Be that as it may, your wounds are highly worrying.
And what's going on with him? There's not something strange about it first glance. In other words, he has begun to mutate. You're not in the best shape yourself, Edeltrad.
Notice the signs of my blessing, have you? Yes, the warp is taking its toll. But I'm still sane and able to hold my weapon. I'll fight for the Von Valancius bloodline to the end. And if the price is the eternal curse of mutation, so be it.
Well, I like his attitude. Meanwhile, Faith will keep me upright. That is all that matters.
Pray, forgive my insistence. I shall not be the one to doubt the faith of he who has passed the trial by fire. I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways?
The observation platform?
It was at this very elevator, Master Edelthrad. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch-Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts.
Alright, elevator it is then.
This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I am still receiving fragmentary reports from the bridge. Kunrad Voigtveer was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once.
Indeed. Well, first things first, let's secure the Lord Captain.
A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until next we meet, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle.
Okay, so the secret elevator.
It's about time.
The formerly secret elevator. Alright, yoink.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Oh. Box. Cargo. Okay, speaking of...
I noticed something.
Yes, thank you. Profane blades. Oh dear. Tut, 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 tut. Also, I need to use a med kit. Select myself. Yoink.
Back into the fray.
There we go, patched up. Now, what have we got in here? Extra loot. That's mechanics goggles and more machine right sets. Boost to logic.
None shall stand in my
Yeah,
way.
you know what? Every little helps. Proper glasses, mutton chop beard. Yes, at least I'm going into battle with a certain degree of class. And I think that's everything we've got here. So, to the Lord Captain's quarters. Well, that's not good. And that's worse.
They say a little bit of humility never hurts anyone. I help others better themselves by wholeheartedly humiliating them at every step.
Immunities are critical. The first 3 rounds of combat then? Think about that. And yeah. Bodies pulled on desks. Archminister's corpse of clutching a weapon is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Because the warp is a fickle thing that will absolutely deceive you the moment it thinks it has an opening.
Lord Captain, who would even dare?
I doubt it.
Unless that rat, Voidfear.
You wish humiliation and suffering on Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Archmilitant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
Probably he got shot first.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Alright, well let's start with Theodora then. Cause of death was an auto pistol shot, very accurate at that, and it surprised her, so she didn't see it coming. Which also argues against Voidfear, because she knew Voidfear was a rat. Shards of glass. What do these shards give you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad. And what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Oh, yes. Once again, evidence that the Lady von Valancius wasn't entirely a pious servant of the God Emperor.
Tainted witchcraft.
The papers? Reports, accounts, dispatches, one starkly different from the rest, handwritten with XC. Esteemed Theodora, change of circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance. One of my acolytes, interrogator. Ah, this is from an inquisitor. XC. Well then. And sends a shiver down your spine. It is signed with the seal of the Inquisition. Lovely. The shards by the desk. Difficult to see what was broken, but they are not natural. Warp tainted and shimmering and iridescent. What about Mort's body? Another auto pistol shot clean through the forehead, and the safety weapon off. Killer must have been a split second quicker than he. So yeah, first bullet into Mort's head. He didn't quite get the safety off. Well, he got the safety off his weapon, but he didn't get any further than that. And then the second shot nailed Theodora.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
Indeed.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
Aww. Papa Abelard being a team dad again.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Alright, so quick review of equipment. Well, she can have the helmet. She qualifies as dogmatic after all. Everyone else seems okay as things stand. Right. Is there any loot? Ooh, goods. Yoink. The Rogue Trader's Cloak grants 5 fellowship for each enemy in a 2-cell radius. Yeah, I'll take it. Not sure exactly how well it'll have helped my fellowship, but Abelard gets up close and personal, so it'll boost his fellowship, and then if I've got skills for him later on that queue off it, well, every little helps. What else have we got? Theodora's Rosary, 10 bonus to Commerce and Law Imperium. Actually, that will help me on some passive checks as
Absolutely not.
Okay, wrong slot. I get the picture. Commerce up to 50. Anything else here? More? Can I yank your melter gun? No? How unfortunate. Alright, let's get a move on. And somebody brought a combat servitor.
Beware the eye of the witch.
Right. Let's see, Abelard's going to have first turn here, so can't get anybody particularly locked in, but path is blocked there. Fine. Idira into cover. Vista into cover. Myself into cover here, and Abelard just park to one side and get ready to charge them. Right, combat servitor 44 health. Well, if we shoot it repeatedly a few times, see what happens. So much for that plan. Right, charge it. Yeah, that could have gone better. Right, brace for impact. Oh, I see. My the initiative queue counts from bottom to top, so everyone is going to get a go first and foremost. Right, let's see. Position, and of course I have the shotgun now, don't I? So 3 cells forward, and then 3 by 3. So if we move to here, then pull out the shotgun. There we go, nice and set.
Not a problem for me. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Yay for the arbitrators. Alright, run and gun.
Too easy.
Okay, can we nail anyone else with this? Movement's pretty limited. Damage. Hit chance, standard, fulminating shot. Blocks again. Damage from the attack reduced by half. Okay. Let's fire a standard shot as well and see if that... Well, it'll bring these two down. We'll see about the rest.
Nothing I can't do. You didn't stand a chance.
There we go. 4 dead straight up. Yay for the arbitrator's shotgun. Argenta, if you wouldn't mind just moving up and doing something about this this combat servitor.
I'll do it.
And yes, the idiot standing behind him is a good mark as well. Right,
Faith
run and gun.
without deeds is worthless.
Okay, we'll position for
Rejoice
there.
in battle.
Burst fire again.
As the Emperor commands, I am.
Right. Well, there go most cultists. Momentum up. High momentum reached. Unfortunately, no one's got their heroics yet, so this does not help. Right, move up behind Abelard.
On the battlefield.
And you can start by shooting this guy in the face a few times. Right, so now there's just a small matter of the very, very upset combat servitor that's standing in the middle of the team.
On it.
Buff Abelard, would you? And while you're at it, Hugh exploits on the servitor. And unfortunately now the servitor gets a vote. Okay, it's going for... Ow! Someone could have mentioned it had a multi-melter. Right. Shoot.
It will be done.
And then charge in. I've got to get me one of those. Right, let's see. Right, remove the winded effect, revel in slaughter in play. Now. Yeah, I can actually get close enough to use the shotgun here, so if I get close, stay so the shotgun's on narrow choke. And then, do I fire standard or do I fire fulminating? Fire fulminating, I think.
Already done.
There we go. So that gets it debuffed. Engage run and gun, and then follow up with a... yeah, follow up with standard shots, I think. Yoink.
Too easy.
Right, and since that's knocked the servitor back, the sister should now be able to engage her bolt gun. There we go. Rapid fire.
Doubt is for the weak.
Almost got it. And no running gun available, sadly. Idira, move up. Okay, and we will expose weakness. And then shoot it in the head a few times.
Anything else?
Right, we're done. And no one took any serious damage. So hooray for that. Of course, this is the tutorial. Gains 5 toughness if the intelligence is less than 35. Does anyone have an intelligence lower than 35? I don't. Abelard, intelligence 30. Congratulations, there you go. Yeah. Idira's intelligence 30 as well, and the sister intelligence... Okay, so it turns out intelligence 30 is actually the average, isn't it? Oopsie. Well, at least I can convince myself that I am smarter than the average borderline dogmatic devotee of the God Emperor. Alright. Skills. Firearm mastery. And what else have I got? Camaraderie. Adjacent allies gets you more damage. Exploit surroundings. Rack and ruin. Muzzle velocity. First hit of each ranged burst attack, but I'm using shotguns, they don't have bursts, so that doesn't help. All area attacks gain 17. That would work, that comes in quite nicely. Medium armor does not reduce dodge. Trace the trajectory. Dodge or use cover. Right, here we are, arbitrator skills. That needs a shield. Successful attacks reduce enemy by armor by 1/6. Planning purpose. More snapshots, Overwatch and similar. Once per turn, the arbitrator can throw a grenade. Shotgun mastery. 2-handed shotguns in one hand. Yeah, let's go with that. Yoink. Abelard, what are your options? Daring breach. This is option here. Thick skin comes recommended. Power chance increased by armor and +1 deflection. He's got field medic. Various base skills. Chain weapon. He is using a chainsword at the moment. Combat master, no melee. Oh, that will help because that removes his penalties with multiple enemies engaged. And he does tend to end up in that sort of situation, so we'll give him that. Idira, what do you got? Body weak soul, time essence, instant exposure, exposed costs 0 AP. 14% on the unwounded target. +2 movement. Okay, stabilize the veil. Every perils of the warp increases made by 12. On the other hand, by the time you've had to deal with a perils of the warp, that's going to be an issue. And 10 to weapon skill and ballistic skill first time you're buffed in combat. That might actually help quite significantly. 15% hit chance until you do your first critical hit. You know what? Let's go with... yeah, let's go with that buff option. So, where did we leave it? Combat Master, it's in the Psionics. Advice and Guidance, there we are. Force weapons deal 2 more damage with 10% more armor pen. Do I really want to risk getting her into close combat? Not yet. Yoink. And Argent. So, Firearm Mastery. And... let's see, Camaraderie. Boosts crit damage the more she does damage. Rapid reload. First reload in combat does not cost AP. That could be handy given how much she's getting from the bolt gun. Combat Medicae, 1 AP less, but enough bullets for everyone. Second attack in a turn deals 15% damage to... so that's basically hose the room and then hose the rest of the room. +3 damage from the next attack that hits them. What else has she got? Litany of Hatred, Litany of Purification. The Emperor protects. What can we do about her ballistic skill or her hose the room, basically, in case you can use power armor already. Solid weapons, swift movement. I probably will take swift movement for everybody because extra movement points are, you know, useful. But bolt weapon expert seems like a useful one to take. 10% armor pen. Let's face it, she is a bolt specialist. Okay, sorted, clear, nil else of note. Right, to the bridge.
Follow my lead.
Well, this is not going well, is it? We have cargo. And
that wasn't so difficult.
The horrific vision is products of the warp energies that permeate the bridge. Yes, we've noticed. Ah, Conrad.
The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Can we just shoot him?
You're here. But where is the Lord Captain?
She's dead.
God Emperor preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain. And the house its head.
Yep.
No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
The ship can still be steered, I thought, but we must restore communication between the bridge and the sanctum.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Indeed not. But we might need to finish this conversation before he commits the third sacrifice. Oh, broken blade. Oh, wonder if it's the same material that we found in the study.
We are out of time.
Right. Ready your weapons. If we have to die this day, let's die with honor. Or we could just taunt him. Voitfir!
What? Theodora is dead. No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Oh, what a shame.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Edelstrad, don't!
Don't think the warp's going to give him much of a choice.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
I think it just was. Well, run.
Run, fools! Or fall! You'll make a suitable sacrifice!
Lucky us. Right, so we have a Chaos Spawn and a slew of heretic cutthroats to deal with. Okay, well, Abelard gets the first go, so guess what? You get to go front and centre. I have first move, so I'll start by clearing out the locals with the shotgun. Abelard goes there, I go here. Idira, drop into cover. Argenta, I want you to drop that idiot on the flank first. And then we start shooting. Right, so let's just check shotgun blast. Yep, drop these two first.
Not a problem for me.
There we go, high momentum up. I forgot to change my gear, so I had a close combat weapon equipped. Oh well, details. Right, high momentum up, extra attacks equal to rate of fire. These attacks do not spend AP. First attack against an enemy automatic scores a critical hit. Right, you know what? I think we can work with this, so let's run and gun. That lets me get to there. So, yeah, we can drop this guy.
Nothing of value has been lost.
Shunted. Then pull momentum.
My time is now.
And blam. Well, start by blamming out cultist spawn.
Suits my purpose. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
So, and then hit the rest.
Nothing I can't never value has been lost.
Wahahaha. Right. Yoink. Should have popped that the moment it came live, but at least I've still got it. Right. Argenta, you have no shots to take at the moment, so... Pause here for a second. Set up. Bolt of fire. Nope, nothing to work with at all. Fine. Run and gun it is. And Furious Recycle as well. So move. And... drop that guy or hose the spawn? Hose the spawn, I think.
I'll do it.
Could have gone better. But keep shooting.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Yoink. Okay. Abelard, get into it.
I will do my duty.
And then brace.
Victory is imminent.
Okay, so Spawn's taking some hits. For 1 round, +2 deflection. Okay, hold that for a moment. Idira. Okay, yeah, you move up to there.
Cover me.
And drop this last cutthroat and support.
But of course.
That could have gone better. Alright. Switch weapon. And forewarn Abelard. Bit risky with the... Oh no, the Veil's still manageable. Alright, get some analysis going on it.
Will do.
Okay. Donk. Okay,
Abelard.
only hitting temporary wounds at the moment. That's fine. Right, nothing there. Okay. Move up. Hit it with fulminating shot first. Then run and gun. And then the regular stuff.
Not a problem for
me. Okay, it's trying to eat everybody. Not good. Right, Argenta, can you do something about... Never mind, I think it just ate the damn cultist anyway. Fine, we're back to doing this the old-fashioned way. Get some space.
This battlefield in righteous fury.
And then very carefully judge things so that you don't risk, you know, shooting Idira. Fine, standard shots it is.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
And that's why it was a standard shot. Fine. Medkit. Don't have the range, unfortunately. Have to wait. Abelard, get its attention. Actually, would the slash attack work, or does it still just count as 1? Who cares? Right. Brace. And then brace again. Okay.
Stop mocking me.
Idira. Back yourself up.
This foreboding?
And... okay, so Warp Lightning isn't helping. Go for... Lasgun Fire. Yeah, we'll take it.
Was that you? Or
less chance of triggering perils after all. Is Abby still buffed? Well, okay, yes he is. Right, we'll buff Argenta as well then. The sister may not like receiving Warp's blessings, but, well, every little helps. And it means she gets the advice buff as well. It's really going for her, isn't it? Right, Argenta's going to have to act as field medic, I think. Right, inventory. Sword. Unable to change crit in combat, so noted. Right, fulminating shot. Clip it. There we go.
Cleanses the body.
Indeed. And if you wouldn't mind just throwing in a med shot, thank you. Then get out of the toxic goop. And yes, bolt round first, I think. That'll do. Fire mastery, go.
And thy light I crave. You, my emperor. I'll do it.
Right. Many, many bolt rounds. Until she misses. Or does it?
As the emperor commands, I
Keep it coming, sister. Ah. Okay, that was the limit then. Right, let's try a slash. No, just 4 damage. Boyne. Well, he's still okay. Temporary wounds into play. Idira, if you could find yourself some cover that doesn't involve being in toxic goop.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Thank you. And then shoots in the head. And so we nibble it to death.
Anything else?
Okay, forewarning is in. And Abelard can just keep it busy. Right. Well, you know the drills. First shot is the debuff. Then run and gun. And hit it with conventional. Right, knocked it back. That actually helps a little. Argenta. Pour on the bolt fire.
Faith without weakness works.
Then
That
move
is
up.
for the weak.
And pour it on again.
As the emperor commands.
How did you miss? Who cares? Lance pistol to the face. And then charge it.
Victory is imminent.
And we are victorious. It only ate 1 cultist. That, I suppose, is progress. Right, loot. Okay, Iconoclast Mantle of Heroism. Gloves of Endurance. And a Blade Shard. Interesting. Right, now, where is the Master Helmsman? Hello?
A new challenge for me?
Well, yes, if you can find the Master Helmsman, that would be appreciated. Can't get past there. What about over here? No luck. Has anybody seen a Master Helmsman? Back this way, perhaps? Ah, there we go. One.
He's dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
Hey, I'm here.
Old man, he was never going to make it. He was mutating right in front of us. You just ended his suffering sooner.
Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
For the Emperor. It's the Seneschal.
Living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
That would be blood, Master Helmsman, and the answer to your question is about 2 minutes if you want to get out of the warp. Also, we need you to get talking with the navigators. Alright. At least we've got everybody up to speed.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
What must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report and... blast it all to the void! Translation is a craft, not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
Ready to get on with it then. Begin the ritual. Well, well, well. Theodora's back.
Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery.
Indeed. I've already resisted the temptation of the warp once. You will not cloud my mind with a new illusion.
Resisting the inevitable means only that realization and submission will bring greater torment. There is no power that can hinder the flows of fate.
Except for human willpower and the light of the God Emperor.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron Road, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Am I about to empty a shotgun into your head? There's a question.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
How about no?
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's Sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator's probably dead.
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade, from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
Yay!
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
And don't you forget it.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again, and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
Let's now hold your first officer's briefing. Okay. Have we succeeded in tracking down Voidfear? No, the trail went cold. We are still hunting for him and any mutineers, but he would not be surprised to learn that we are now short one shuttlecraft. What is on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. This is unique. I'm still getting up this across the ship. Take a good look at the opportunities to see the officers who meet work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they will have the honour of beholding the visage of the Lord Captain. How did we lose so many officers? The heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. Of course they were. Well, summon the officers. Right. What's our situation? Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. Right. Vigdis Suriotta is the new Vox Master. Responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications as well as external sources. I see. Ravor, we've met. He's the Master Helmsman. And Janaris Danop, our businessman. Second row, Master of Ordnance, the Infernus Master, and the Drives Master. I see. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. So it's your pleasure. Right. Infernus Master, report please. Right, Einrich Montag. The fires have been extinguished. Preliminary damage assessment has been completed. Results have been submitted. And the Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. He can take the heat, so to speak. Literally and figuratively, I'm sure. High factotum. Full account of the losses. Next to no involvement. All damage components are given into the tech priest's hands. All lost supplies are replaced. We lost more than 2,000 crew, and unfortunately that included trained professionals, which means we need new crew. However, while we can make up our losses at Reichert Minoris, The entire system belongs to the Winterscales, and I am going to have to talk nice to the Winterscales because we can't just roll up with the press gangs. Terrific. Meaning the Winterscales will probably try to hose us for crew. Especially given that Caligos Winterscale has a tendency to attack first and ask questions later. Lovely. Drives Master, how boned are we? Warp drive is fine, but the machine spirit is in mourning, and you haven't worked out how to get it going again. So we're stuck here until that is dealt with. Engine Seer Prime has fallen in battle, and we need a new Magos. Terrific. I see. Thank you. Master Helmsman. The outlook's bleak, the ship's sound, but with no navigation, no engine seer, we have no way out of the system. There is a Navis Nobility station in here. Okay, so the God Emperor is smiling on us for the moment. We might be able to pick up a new navigator. Alright. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system until our heads are swimming because the Prometheum and the supplies are fine. And Master of Ordnance. Right, no, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal, far and told, but just so we've no able crew, no Lord Captain. Yes, you do have a Lord Captain, and Abelard is not too happy with the Master of Ordnance for getting that. Right. Ship is in ruins, every other officer is dead, and Lord Captain is no longer with us. Right, but... yes, our fame has reached even as far as the Expanse. Excellent, so apparently my reputation automatically stabilised morale. If I remember my first playthrough correctly, I actually had the option of having that idiot dragged out and shot. Most of the arsenal has been saved and the battery is in good order. We are ready to fight. So, to summarise, we need a new Engine Seer Prime, a new navigator, and to replace our crew. Is anything else broken? The ship systems must be properly inspected. Okay. But to do that, we need to get to Footfall Station. But we need to solve our personnel problems first. Right, what do we know about Rakad in general? 3 inhabited bodies in the star system. The Navis Nobility station has gone Vox silent. The prison is on a distress call. And the Rykard Minoris is apparently in the middle of a civil war. Terrific. Not very encouraging. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. And there is one other. Yes, the strange handwritten note on Theodora's desk. Xavier Calcazar, Lord Inquisitor Coronis. We would seek out his right-hand man, one Heinrich van Kalox. He's somewhere in the system. Find him, give him his assistance, and then get him to Footfall. Right, so... the authorities should know where to look. Right, and we have a great deal of work ahead. Yep, I noticed. What else have we got? Ah, Idira, sister, what's up? The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. Go on. I was also hoping to come up with a personal request. Fair enough. Daybreak. Okay, Idira, come on. Damn it. Trying to see the immediate future, the head's still spinning. All we can make out is daybreak or dawn. Well, that is unfortunately rather like what the Warp was saying during some of those visions, wasn't it? How could things possibly get any worse? Alright, anything else? The voices are going berserk. Terrific. Find me on the bridge and have a chat whenever we want to see if the Warp can shed anything of use. Right, is there nothing else valid to report? Let's get to work. Briefing concluded. And that is where we shall leave it for the time being. We have made the Rykad system. The ship is mostly intact. Argenta's got a personal report. Adira's offering divinations. But first and foremost, I need a new navigator, a new tech priest, and some replacement crew. Luckily, there are 3 places where we might be able to find those things, but that is a problem for next time. Until then, farewell.